part of a balanced breakfast, and proud members of the Geek.io podcast network. This is the Generic Live Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Generic Live Show. This is the Generic Live Show for our Sunday. We are back. Hello everyone and welcome to the Generic Live Show, the most generic live show on the internet. I'm your hostess with the most of something. Hey, good timing. Thanks for joining us here on a Sunday with Dale Campbell here with you for a Sunday. It's great to be back. Man, it's been 2 weeks since I've done this show. And we were just talking about in the pre-show about how it was great to do a show back in 2015. There you go. But it's been a while since I've been on the show. Thank you everyone for your support. I had to take last week off because I finally got my AC fixed. What? Yes, my AC here at HQ, the HQvians, is fixed. So the funny thing about that is, it didn't happen on Monday, which it's Monday for me. So I'm gonna be talking in my time now. There, screw you. If you don't like it, then find another show. Find a more generic show than this one. But so my AC got fixed. They were meant to come on Monday, but they didn't. It was a new shoe. Then it got bumped after the appointment time. It got bumped to Tuesday. And they new shoed on Tuesday. So we got a different guy in, and he came and fixed it on Thursday, I want to say, or Wednesday. Man, this last week is blended together like one big blur. It must have been Wednesday. Because it can't have been Thursday, because I was out of the office all day on Thursday with me in my pants. And if you want to know what happened to the pants, pre-show. That's enough of me referencing the pre-show. But basically, I ripped some new pants, and there's a whole half an hour story on that you can hear either in the pre-show to this show and on the Geek.io show. So there you go, the two shows that I do. Anyway, so has anything happened over the last 2 weeks? Anything at all? Anyone? Remember, you can call in live or join at any time. Our Discord at geek-o.net/Discord. You can head on over there. We are in Channel General for the live show. And you can, if you support us on Patreon, you can get an exclusive room with all the hot goss. Game spoilers, what's coming up on the shows, all that fun jazz. So there you go. Apologies also, I've got a husky cough and a bit of a sniffle. So please be patient with me throughout this episode. Now that housekeeping's out of the way, housekeeping's knocking on Barnaby Joyce's door. That's right, the Deputy Prime Minister is in a little bit of a tricky situation. Depending on where you go, they all tell differing stories about this. So the main of the gist that I can find from about 4 sources plus hours and hours of network television over the last week and a half. Because this was meant to be in the show last week, but of course with these political fallouts, it kind of develops into something else. But outside of that, you've got opinion pieces that you're trying to sift through, and particularly when it comes to political stories of the day. It's very difficult to sift through the actual facts of the story and people's opinions. Now, having opinions is fine. It just makes my job very difficult when you say you're a reputable news site and it is actually opinion, and when you go to fact check it, you kind of go, let's stop muddying up the waters here. So, what actually happened is Barnaby Joyce, a deputy prime minister, so he is the basically the equivalent of our vice president, for American listeners. He's basically our vice president to Malcolm Turnbull, who is... Now, they're very, very different terminology, I'm aware of that, but if we're doing a comparison of jobs, that would be, I would say, the closest one. The closest one. So... Sorry, I'm getting very distracted. I am looking... I can see my neighbour's backyard from here. At HQ, I should really close the curtains because I can see a dog eating the grass. Like a cow! It's like, he's moving along like... Nom nom, nom nom. Really, I can't turn the camera at all. But it's very funny. It's very distracting. He literally just out! That's too good. Too good! Alright. So... So basically, it had been revealed that Barnaby Joyce had an affair on his wife, who he has 4 children with. Apparently, had an affair with one of his former staffers, and preface note, was former at the time of revealing of this incident, so it's not like the staffer got fired because of this. Was a former staffer. I don't know. What doesn't make clear is when the affair took place. Well, I think we need like, we seriously need some like random notes on a keyboard for this, because this is like 9 levels deep of fantastic times here, because it's like every element has an element to it. So, like, was she a staffer when they slept together? Is it a male or is it a female? It's a female, but I like that. It's like, was that a seal? Did I just seal laugh? I just sealed laughed. That's too funny. But so, okay, so the essentials of the story remain. Oh, expert, calm down. So the fundamentals of the story is that Barnaby Joyce had an affair with a lady who was a former staffer at the time of the affair, or was a staffer at the time of the affair, but was fired before this came out. Which, the latter makes more sense, because you would have this affair. I would think I've never had an affair with anyone ever, but it would make sense if he was afraid of getting caught, that he would then fire her. I would think, because then it would be like, oh, it was a former staffer, we'll blow it off. That's not entirely what happened. So the media jumped onto this like it was like a festival, like it was Mardi Gras or something, because they had a field day with it, calling for Barnaby Joyce's resignation, polish up on the sexual discrimination laws that surround government workers, calling for the staffer who... Oh, I forgot to mention this part. This part gets me giddy every time. Plot twist. The staffer that Barnaby Joyce slept with is now pregnant. That's right. This story just there's so many... There's so many elements to this story. There's just so much to unpack here, and I know I'm joking around and trying to make light of it, and I'm not making light of anything. It was from all intents and purposes, from the sources that I read and watched, a conceptual relationship. There was none of that going on, which doesn't justify my mucking around. It just, I'm not making fun of unwanted sex. I'm evil, but I'm not too evil. I'm just slightly evil. So, the staffer is now pregnant with Barnaby Joyce's baby, who he had an affair with, former staffer, sorry. Yeah, he had an affair with on his wife and 4 daughters. He has 4 daughters as well. So, he, of course, has come out with an apology video. Let's play a bit of it and not a commercial. But while we're waiting for the commercial to end, his deepest condolences for what happened, of course. I mean, I don't think you can be human and not come out with an apology after this. So we're going to hear a bit of this apology from news.com, and then we've got a more detailed video from the ABC. So let's hear the news.com.au version first.
It is without a shadow of a doubt that Vicky Campion is my partner now. But when she worked in my office, she was not my partner. To Natalie, how deeply sorry I am for all the hurt this has caused. To my girls, how deeply sorry.
So by the way, let's actually start this video again, because Barnaby Joyce's news had released of his former star was pregnant with their long-rumoured baby.
It is without a shadow of a doubt that Vicky Campion is my partner now. But when she worked in my office, she was not my partner.
Okay. They work together and they're madly in love.
Natalie, how deeply sorry I am for all the hurt.
Natalie was the name that I was trying to get. Natalie is his wife? Did they break up? Okay, let's continue.
To my girls, how deeply sorry I am for all the hurt that it has caused them. To Vicky Campion, how deeply sorry I am that she has been dragged into this.
The revelation has come out after 24 years after their marriage has broken down.
I can say quite openly, it's probably one of the greatest failures of my life. I'm not proud of it, but that is, you know, in essence, the humanity of who we are.
I don't know about you, but it's not humane to have an affair with someone. That is not normal behavior. No! No! It is not normal behavior to have an affair with someone. Let's continue. Sources say that the 33-year-old is due to give birth in April. Of April 2007. Okay. It's royalty-free music. Share the story. Okay. How about we don't do that? It's not humane to have an affair with someone. No, Barnaby Joyce, I am not excusing you for this behavior. As much as I laughed or tried to make fun of this very serious story, because you have to, otherwise I'm gonna be like the rest of the media, and I know that's my shtick, but there are some times where I have to draw the line and be like, no, I am dancing, and that no one's gonna stop me dancing. No one stops Dale from dancing. It is not, yes, fair. You know what? It is a failure, right? We can all agree him getting caught out is definitely a failure, right? That is a thing that we could all acknowledge. What I am not willing to acknowledge right now, right here, at 9:16 Australian Eastern Standard Time, on the 19th of February 2018, the year of the dragon, monkey, lion, sheep, whatever Lunar New Year it is. And by the way, happy Lunar New Year. Any fans in the audience, please, if you wouldn't mind sharing what year it is this year, I would be more than grateful. But it's definitely not humane behaviour. What the? Okay. The ABC shares a little bit more. So let's watch this one.
This morning in the Telegraph and the Courier Mail, and referred to in other papers, is a story that is not the truth. The story, it's not a case that I didn't recollect it. It did not happen. This is a story that has been brought about by a person unnamed, at a venue unnamed, at a time unnamed, 7 years ago, and has been peddled by the bitterest of political enemies to me. It is not something that I'm unaware of. They've had it on social media for years. It's just in the past, I don't believe it dignified a response. But today, it's in the paper, and as such, I reserve all my legal rights as to what action I should pursue. On another issue, I would like to say to Natalie how deeply sorry I am for all the hurt this has caused. To my girls, how deeply sorry I am for all the hurt that it has caused them. To Vicky Campion, how deeply sorry I am that she has been dragged into this. I would like to also say to my supporters and people in my electorate how deeply sorry I am that this personal issue, deeply personal issue, has gone into the public arena. I am very aware of the Ministerial Code of Conduct. It is without a shadow of a doubt that Vicky Campion is my partner now. But when she worked in my office, she was not my partner. When she worked in Matt Canavan's office, she was not my partner. And Damien Drum was not a minister. I think this is vitally important in how we differentiate between the public and the private. Thank you.
Now, okay, that's fair, but on another hand as well, I also want to say this. I understand the concept of leaking, right? I understand that, right? I get it. Things come out from people that you don't want to, right? Things leak. Information that is meant to be kept private is, of course, entered into the public arena. Then, once it's entered into the public arena, you kind of go, okay, how are we going to now... It becomes a PR issue. Now, I understand that I took a marketing degree. I'm graduating next month, and yay for me. But another thing as well, over the last 4 years, I've been put into that situation as well, where it's like, okay, companies, and I'll get to the personal stuff in a minute, but you got MPs are brands, right? At the end of the day, okay, members of Parliament are brands. They are the top of the food chain in terms of where they are in their electorate. They are brand ambassadors for that area of the country. Are they or are they not? I believe they are. Sure they are. They're brand ambassadors to that area of the local community. This comes out nationwide. Suddenly the brand is tarnished. And you kind of have to go, alright, it's now a public issue. Whether it happened or didn't happen, which I believe it did happen because she is legitimately pregnant and about to give birth in a couple of months in April, which is not that far away, it's scary. And no matter which side of the fence you're on, you kind of have to go, You need to fix this. You need to take on the responsibility of what happened here. Whether you want to or not, whether it's true or not, you still have to take on the PR nightmare that has taken place. We need to take a break. But so what basically broke down here is everyone's now starting to question him as acting as PM. So of course, when Mr. Turnbull is either out of the country or unfit to be the Prime Minister, Barnaby Joyce would then become the Prime Minister. And I know this has been an issue in other countries, but that there are definitely things that are that are happened. Yeah, there are things that happen in other countries where these type of people have gotten into power. I'm not going to name names. I'm just saying, let it be known that there are other countries that are worse off with worse people. Worser is not a word, but it is now. And Mr. Turnbull, of course, chimed in on what he knew, and people are going crazy. And I think what needs to happen now. Oh, there's a video here that I do want to share. It's Political Survivor, basically.
Previously on Survivor. A former survivor makes a return.
John, here you are, back in this game.
At Tribal Council, David was voted out.
Well, no matter how much the game
He's jelly. Was intense in a battle between clashing cultures.
Jim Boland is a great Australian soldier. The leader of the opposition wants to describe him as a racist.
The gameplay was intense.
For today's challenge, you're going to hang onto a pole for as long as you can. When you drop, you're out. It's Malcolm Turnbull who's made this pole such a big deal.
That is deplorable.
Malcolm flirting with disaster, but still alive.
I believe in you, the member for Greenland. All of Australia believes in the member for Greenland. We're in there rooting for the member for Greenland. Good luck, old mate.
You know, in the end, there's only one poll that counts, and that is the one of the next election.
I can tell you honestly, this place is lacking people with the honesty, integrity,
Holy
and
Dancer!
calling for accountability.
Is she acting?
I don't know. A romantic couple is a very dangerous thing in Survivor, right?
Barnaby Joyce has the full support of the party.
These are the last moments of people pretending to get along. It's the smiles before the bloodbath.
It was clear this was going to be a season like no other.
I stand by what I said yesterday.
It was public knowledge what was being repeated. Those sentiments are quite consistent with those expressed by many members of the National Party itself. They were, in many instances, inept.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea what just happened. And it's a feeling I'm starting to get used to.
Political Survivor. That's too good. That's way too good. Whoever did that, you get a round of applause for that. That's really good. I wish I had A, the time to do that these days, and B, just have the ability to do that. But that's all in regards to this. Like, that's not even kidding. Like, there's backbenchers saying that they don't support Barnaby Joyce now, and there's people that say that they, you know, it's all over the place. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back to this in a little bit. We're gonna bump back, same as it ever was, same as you remember, for the time being. But we're gonna go for a quick message, and then we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Contact the show at any time. genericliveshow@gmail.com. This is the Generic Live Show.
Welcome back to the Generic Live Show. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sticking around on the Generic Live Show for a Sunday. It's Dale Campbell here with you. Now, thank you for sticking around through those messages. We do have to make sure we get those messages out there. This segment is going to be extremely short because of that. Because we do have a really, really tight show for you today. Because we've got 2 weeks of stuff to cover. But basically, the pressure is now twofold. One, should Barnaby Joyce retire? Or, not retire, or resign. He is not at retiring age, but if he does step away from that role of Deputy Prime Minister, he could comfortably retire. Just want to FYI on that one. So he can either do that. He can either resign or retire. That's one thing. Another question that I want to pose is the following. The question that I need to pose is this. Is it okay to sleep with staff? That's the question of the day. Is it okay to have relationships with staff? Techie Gamer in the chat says, Dale, when the sun is still up. Yes. This is what it's like when the sun's still up. It's weird doing the show when it's still sunlight in both places, right? It's so weird. A regular time. But no, the question of the day is it okay to sleep with staff? Okay, so let me rephrase that a little. There's a difference between having an affair with someone once and having a relationship with someone. So they're two different things. What I'm asking is it okay to have a one-off affair with staff? I said this was going to be super quick, and it's probably not. But it's probably a question that I'm going to mull over, and if you want to chime in at any point, feel free to jump in the Discord at geek-io.net/Discord. We're in channel general today, the voice chat general, and chime in because I'm really interested to get people's opinions on this. So, is it okay to have one-time affair with staff? My simple answer would be no. But in saying that, is it okay to have a proper relationship with staff, like a kind of workplace romance? I would say yes. However, with the caveat of saying, it's different to kind of having one-time relationship. It's a different context. Ooh, hey, we have a caller. Hey, caller, you're on the air. What's up?
Okay. You're saying a relationship with stuff.
Staff. STAFF. Staff.
Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Yes. It's okay. It's Raul, everyone. By the way, hi, Raul.
Hello.
Staff. It's my accent. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. Oh, with staff. Oh.
Staff. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry then.
Oh boy,
I didn't even think about the accent thing.
Oh boy! Wow.
Okay.
That just took a shift right there, didn't it?
I mean, okay. All right. Answer the question for me. Is it okay to have a relationship with stuff?
Well, at that point, you're just playing with yourself, right? You're just. I mean, wife's out for the evening, and you're just like, Yeah, I'll spice it up a bit.
Oh, look at all this stuff I have.
Yeah, but I'm like thinking like they're having like sexual relations with like say a pillow while the wife is there in the bed with them or something.
Having
or
a
that
long...
they're being way too attractive to their body pillow.
A body pillow. Oh, that's right. You're just saying that in the chat now. Yeah, body
but
pillow.
yeah, having a relationship with your staff, no.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you do. It does happen because you spend a lot of time around staff. Because I'm assuming it's a politician, right?
Yeah.
Because I just came into stream. It's a prime minister.
It is a deputy prime minister, so it's basically how I compared to it earlier was the vice president of Australia, basically.
Yeah, there's huge scandal and all that, but I don't think he should retire. Apologize and all that, but he's still doing a job. It didn't affect the job he was elected.
That's true. That's very true. It's not.
I'm not condoning having affairs.
Yeah.
But it's severely frowned upon. But I think it's a private matter, don't you think? But then again, he is in a public office.
It is definitely a private affair, and I think he said that in one of those apology videos where it's like, this is a private affair that a bunch of newspapers and a bunch of the media outlets decided to release. And you've got to take into consideration, this is an event that happened 6 years ago.
Oh, you mean it's already been settled and handled personally? It just came to light recently.
Personally, well, kind of. Oh. Well, there's a baby on the way that was a result of this affair.
Oh yeah, it just got really complicated.
Yeah, hang on. I've been playing this a little bit. So let's get this music. You probably can't hear it on the. No, you can't hear that on the Discord. That's funny. All right, I need to get that fixed. I'm playing the Serial theme song. No, you couldn't hear that. But yeah, 6 years ago, but. There must have been more than one time if there's a current baby that's on the way that's theirs. We're back. Turns out living with internet with two potatoes tied together trying to do a 3-hour live stream doesn't work out very well for people, right? We've still got Ralgaza on the phone. So, and I'm trying to think of where we were.
We were on the baby part, but let me get clarification. This is a married deputy minister having an affair with a staffer.
Yes, a former media advisor.
Okay. So it's just not a single. If it was a single person in power and have a relationship with a staffer, unethical but not illegal or not really anyone's business. Yeah.
Right, but I think Okay, and I'm one to talk about this subject as a person who has had a relationship with someone that they work with. But at the time that relationship was happening, we were both single people, and we were just that's what that was happening. But I feel like if one of the people in question were married, I think it would have taken a very different direction.
But then you also have the issue of, are they your boss?
That's true too. Like, where does that line of separation happen?
Well, yeah, because you can't. In most businesses, actually, I think in all business, they try not to have one spouse above the other.
Okay.
Within the organization, you can't be dating your boss.
Yeah,
it's frowned upon. Yeah, it's frowned upon. But in family businesses, it's kind of hard to not do that.
Well, yeah, because you're such a close knit community. I mean, my stepmom is my dad's boss, and they're married. I know, but yeah, you know what I mean. That's that's that separation, and of course, I see it all the time, that bleed over where, you know, it's hard to kind of put the separation up between work and home life when, particularly with them, the business is actually being run out of their home.
But I mean, so being an affair with a staffer, I mean, you're in politics, you're with your staff almost more. You're with your staff a lot longer than your actual family at times.
Oh, definitely.
So
Definitely.
so things do happen.
And particularly the role that this lady had was being a media advisor as well, like literally handling this sort of stuff. No, not really this sort of stuff, but handling the media and handling what gets out there and that sort of thing. But I said it earlier. Technically, members of parliament and members of districts, I don't know how that sort of system works over in America, but politicians that represent a particular, like representatives of particular areas, are brands, are brand representatives for that area. And now I feel like that the brand of, I can't think of the district that he covers, but now the whole district is tarnished by this affair.
Well, yes. So when the election comes up, you for someone who you vote him out pretty much, and you vote for someone else, or is it different? Is it assigned by the party? Like,
no, that's how it works. I think that the role of deputy prime minister is typically the person. It is picked by the prime minister. It's not a vote thing, but he is a representative of an area, and that area is escaping me.
okay, so like right now, can he be removed from office by the prime minister, or does it take like a whole act of parliament to remove him?
Either an act of parliament to remove him, or he has to be voted out of his district. So, and of course, that party, the Liberal National Party, is the one in power, and they've said that they're behind him, so the likelihood of him being voted out by the lower house is very unlikely. Because they have the majority. So, either...
I mean,
they're going to...
has he been performing well in his duties? I mean... I'm not trying to excuse what he's done, but it's just like
justifying any special action that, like, if any special action needs to be justified to just the political. We're talking just politics now. Politics.
Yeah, but politically speaking, did he lie under oath about? Because that would be perjury. Did he use his power to hide the truth? Did he do something illegal?
No, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe so. This is highly an ethics
article. It's just tarnishing the name of the party.
Yeah,
and of his district.
And of his district. So I think.
It's up for the people to decide. I mean.
Yeah. It's
because it's a shitty thing that he did. Are we on PG-13 or?
We can do whatever you want now.
Okay, so it's a bad thing that he did, yes.
Yeah.
But should that really affect his job? I mean, that's the question, right? Should a private matter?
People are certainly going to look at him differently too. Like, you've also got that stigma a part of it. Like, you've got. He's now known as this, person who impregnates former staff members, and I don't know if she was dropped because of the affair. That's what I was trying to figure out before the technical difficulties.
Yeah, if she was dropped, fair, then yes. That I can't remember what the term. That.
It's just a shitty thing to do.
I guess that's kind of like a. Harassment, I guess, sexual harassment. If you don't keep this quiet, I'll fire you, or something like that.
Yeah.
But we don't know all the details yet.
No, and it is still a developing story, and I think I'm going to be we're going to be taking this to the top of the hour and just starting the hour 2 fresh because of what happened in the middle there. This segment's going to be shorter, he says, saying that this segment is literally half an hour long.
Well, I forgot that you had opened up the lines on Discord.
Oh yeah, no,
that's pretty much that's my 2 cents about that.
Yeah,
what he did.
Yeah.
Should he be removed from office? If he did anything illegal, yes. And then it's up to the people in his district to either vote him out or just to not overlook it, but just like accept his apology and all that. It's up to the people.
I don't know though. I feel like he definitely, like, a royal commission or something, like an investigative team should sit down with all of the details, like the entire case, and not like this piecemealing thing that I think the media is leaking out at the moment, and kind of go, all right, you did this thing, let's cross-check it with the parliamentary guidelines and see if you did that. I don't know the parliamentary guidelines offhand, but I don't know if it has anything in there about sleeping with staffers. But if he's breached that, then definitely he should be kicked out. But
yeah,
I feel
if
like
he breached some contract that he signed under oath, then yes.
Yeah. I just don't know how I feel about having a deputy prime minister who is married and has 4 children being in office sleeping.
It's horrible. Yes, it's bad.
Yeah. It's a tough story, and it's still coming out, and it's still being fresh. And again, it's hard to cover developing stories on this show because it's kind of like we've only got this story, and then tune in next week. We'll probably have more, maybe ? But it's piecing this story together does definitely feel like, oh, this person slept with a staffer, but the person is married and has 4 kids, and and got the girl pregnant, and this is the thing as well. You've got a baby now involved when the baby comes in April. It's tough.
I would support laws in Australia, right?
What was that? Sorry.
Child support laws.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we do. I'm just trying to think of if they connect or not.
Yeah. Well, in the U.S., that's like one company, one branch of the government you don't want to get on the bad side of.
Oh,
because
no.
they will check each month.
Oh, and they will
in the yeah. The thing is, in the U.S., it's a percentage amount, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Here it is a percentage amount based off income, and that's income depending on if you're a single person or it's single person with another child with you living at home. It's way complicated here because you've got that, and if the single parent has another partner, it's a split income, so the other partner has to then it's really complicated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Delwood saying, government official sleeping with a staffer? Welcome to US circa 1995.
It wasn't sleeping with a staffer. It was more like just giving her a cigar.
Sure. That's exactly right. Anyway, I better let you go, Raul. Unless you want to stick around, we can have more than one person jump in here.
I'll be in chat, and if I want to. So this is your only segment that you have people come in, right?
Oh no, it's open. It's open all day, every day. The whole time.
If I got something to chime in, I'll come back in.
Absolutely, Railcaster, everyone! Yay! You could be like Railcaster and join whatever the hell this show is by heading over to our Discord, geek-o.net/Discord, jumping in general, voice channel general, and chiming in on this thing. And like I said, wanna quickly clarify a little bit on the relationship with staff thing. It's tough because as a person that's been in this situation before, it's a very fine line, and it's kind of, it's definitely something that not every company has taken into consideration, because they're, particularly with small businesses, why would you, this is not something that you would need to consider. Or circa 60s with Kennedy. Yeah, this is not uncommon. It's uncommon to happen here because we're a good Christian country. I'm kidding. Well, mostly. We're a fairly okay. I know we've got segments planned. This hour is literally going to be like 20 minutes on the podcast feed because I have to edit literally every 20 minutes of it out because of technical difficulties. But one thing I'll say, and also if you wanna chime in on this week's question, is it okay to sleep with staff? You can call in, or you can email genericliveshow@gmail.com. So where was I going? Oh, we're a fairly conservative country, so it's not like it's this sort of thing percolates often, at least to the surface. But after the 2016 floodgates that were the door of Parliament House, we're going to get a lot more of these stories out there. I don't know. Food for thought. As we continue here on the Generic Live show for a Sunday, well, I don't know what the hell we've got in hour 2. Who knows? We're just gonna run with it. Here on the Generic Live show for a Sunday. You know what? Let's do some fun stories. Let's get some of these our quick stories from the first hour out of the way. Mario Kart. It's coming down under. And that's exactly in the exact way that you think it is. As we continue, here on the Generic Live show for a Sunday, it's Dale Campbell here with you. Thanks for joining us. It's 9:59.